Hey, everybody. I wanted to take a couple minutes to talk about President Biden's trip to Israel and why I think it is symbolic and exemplary in so many ways about what a genuine American leader can be. Look, there have been great American foreign policy leaders on both sides of the political divide, but the contrast to Donald Trump, who spent his time either sucking up to foreign dictators and authoritarians or behaving as if NATO was a protection racket or generally, embarrassing the country in front of the world. It is such a contrast when you see Joe Biden stand in a room with Israeli paramedics and the family members of some of the victims of the Hamas attack and show compassion and sympathy and engagement with them. You expect that from Joe Biden. He's a guy with a heart. He's a guy with a big heart. And and a former Republican senator one time told me, he goes, Joe Biden and I disagree on every single issue, but I want that man at every wedding, funeral, and retirement party in the world because he loves people and people love him back. And so he had this connection today, what you saw this morning in some of the video stream coming out of Israel on that I thought was enormously important. But this is also a president who's gone over there as the commander in chief. He has also gone over there because Americans are being held hostage and Americans have been killed in the region. And he is standing by our ally, Israel, in this thing. He has capably represented the country and 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 not gone over there as a clown or an embarrassment or a fool, which frankly Donald Trump was all those things rolled into one. It varied from day to day which one he was going to display the most. You also have seen Biden very capably sit down with Netanyahu and his war cabinet to lay out what America's values and goals here are. You've also seen him now come out and put the lie to the Hamas story that Israel bombed a hospital. Folks, if nothing illustrated it more, yesterday, there's a horseshoe on the far extreme left and the far extreme right that comes together whenever they get a chance to hate Jews and to hate Israel. And it was certainly a remarkable moment. You know the idea that the Israelis would deliberately bomb a hospital and that it would cause this. It was a glove fit for a propaganda model that terrorist groups around the world have used for a long time. And it didn't have the ring of truth yesterday. I didn't comment on it because there weren't a lot of facts, but there was a lot of noise. But I was interested to see how quickly a lot of the MAGA extremists who supposedly love Israel were repeating Hamas talking points and Hamas propaganda. But to get back on what the president has accomplished on this trip so far, it's also the second time that Joe Biden, the feeble old man Joe Biden that they ridicule on the far right, um, has gone into a war zone, has gone into a place where there are rockets falling, where there are attacks continuing right this minute. None of this is the sort of thing Donald Trump would do. Let's not forget, Donald Trump refused to go to an American military cemetery in France because it was raining and they were suckers and losers, and he didn't want to get his hair wet. He didn't want his wig to sag. But Joe Biden's willing to go out there and show the moral and physical courage to be a great American leader, and he is he is really setting a different standard. This is something that Democrats have lost races on for a long time. Of they're the party of weakness, they're the party of capitulation. No, actually, he's displaying that right now he is in the great Democratic tradition of strong Democratic foreign policy presidents, and this is an amazing moment. You should really keep watching this trip because I think it is really important, and I frankly think that Joe Biden has made America proud. Thanks. Talk soon.